Hello, we are in chapter 4, The Illusions of the Ego, the Jesus section, and today we are under forgiveness in Jesus. To the sound of my bulldogs. Woo! I think they'll be, if anything, they'll be playing because it's later in the day. Forgiveness. Forgiveness can be equated with right-mindedness, an awkward term that nonetheless contains the word mind. The core of the process of healing God's Son, we return attention to the mind so we can choose rightly. Forgiveness over attack, the miracle over judgment, Jesus over the ego. Text, chapter 4, 2, paragraph 10. Salvation is nothing more than right-mindedness, which is not the one-mindedness of the Holy Spirit, but which must be achieved before one-mindedness is restored. Right-mindedness leads to the next step automatically because right perception is uniformly without attack, and therefore wrong-mindedness is obliterated. The ego cannot survive without judgment and is laid aside accordingly. The mind then has only one direction in which it can move. Its direction is always automatic because it cannot be but dictated by the thought system to which it adheres. The ego tenaciously resists our return to the mind, for it knows that once back there we would automatically correct our mistaken choice and decide that vision is preferable to judgment and peace more attractive than conflict. In this way, our faulty perception fades into the true or right perception of the Holy Spirit, there to be replaced by the one-mindedness of knowledge as we are now reminded. Section 2, paragraph 11, 1 through 4. It cannot be emphasized too often that correcting perception is merely a temporary expedient. It is necessary only because misperception is a block to knowledge, while accurate perception is a stepping stone toward it. The whole value of right perception lies in the inevitable realization that all perception is unnecessary. This removes the block entirely. Lovely words, but the egos in us cannot help wonder if this is a realistic goal. What else would an ego conclude given its cleverness in concealing from us that we are minds? Wrong-minded, right-minded, and with the decision-making power to choose between the two. Jesus gently leads us to the recognition that we are this decision-making mind that can decide against the ego's misperceptions and for his right perception. 2, paragraph 11, 5 through 8. You may ask how this is possible as long as you appear to be living in this world. That is a reasonable question. You must be careful, however, that you really understand it. What is the you who are living in this world? By clear implication, the you is the decision maker, our identity within the illusion. If we were the ego, there would indeed be no hope. The purpose of A Course in Miracles is to instruct us, first, that we have a mind, and second, that this mind has the power of decision. We are guided by our elder brother Jesus to regain awareness of this power, which lifts us outside the world of bodies and restores control of our destiny to the mind that can choose to remember our real you. Through this awareness of the decision-making mind, the purpose of forgiveness is achieved, to which we now return. Forgiveness has not yet emerged as a central teaching, but we hear echoes of its theme in the following 2 passages. In the first, Jesus instructs us that if we truly want to join with him, we must join with our brothers. This has only been hinted at before, but now we find it more explicitly stated. As we proceed through subsequent movements of our symphony, we will find this theme becoming increasingly prominent. The seed Jesus is now planting is that if we are sincere about wishing to return home and remembering who we are as God's Son, we must choose Him as our teacher and include all people in our decision to forgive. 6:2-1-5. In learning to escape from illusions, your debt to your brother is something you must never forget. It is the same debt that you owe to me. Whenever you act egotistically towards another, you are throwing away the graciousness of your indebtedness and the holy perception it would produce. The term holy can be used here because as you learn how much you are indebted to the whole world, to the whole sonship, which includes me, you come as close to knowledge as perception can. The gap is then so small that knowledge can easily flow across it and obliterate it forever. Jesus is emphasizing the oneness of the sonship. We are going to go ahead and stop there today. I thank you so much for joining with me. We will pick up here tomorrow. I love you. Have a beautiful day.